All right. Let me just get everybody admitted. Should be good to go. There's still more coming. All right, sounds good. Let's go ahead and get started. We're recording now. So I'm Andy Rentmeester, the merchant leader at Drexel Building Supply. Just want to introduce everyone to our vendor all call. Couple of things that we want to cover, because it's fairly difficult for us to get to everybody and kind of talk about the cool and fun things that we've got going on at Drexel and share. We decided this would be a good place or a good forum for us to just share with everyone and be able to kind of get everybody up to speed on what we're doing, where we're going. We've got the Back to the Future on the first slide here. That's actually our, it kind of ties back to our vendor summit and Grand Expo. The theme for it this year is Back to the Future. So this presentation has got a little bit of a Back to the Future feel to it as well. So the things that we're going to cover today, very quickly, Drexel at a glance. We'll have Adam do a kind of a synopsis for us overall on kind of what we're doing and where we're going from a numbers perspective. I'll actually have a little discussion about Meet the Team from a merchant and an inventory and a buying side of things. Red is going to do one empty chair. That's kind of ties back to essentially why we're all here and what we're all doing. We're going to talk about our capabilities. We're going to talk about keys to success, and then we're going to wrap it up with a little bit of prep for our vendor summit and Grand Expo. So, Adam, are you ready to go?
Oh, for sure.
Sounds good.
Welcome. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Adam Beck. I am the senior commodity merchant for Drexel. I work with mills and distributors all over North America. Shout out to Francis. I see you're on here from Weyerhaeuser, so thank you for joining. So that's a little bit about myself. And just like the DeLorean time machine, this is our first run. So we are doing this for a communication tool to really emphasize what Drexel's all about. And so moving forward, Drexel, we're crested the $350 million in sales mark. We cover pretty much border to border in the state of Wisconsin. We do extend ourselves beyond that for nationwide projects at times. We consist of 6 builder contractor yards throughout the state. And recently, relatively or heavily invested into manufacturing. As some of you may know, we have 3 manufacturing facilities. We are proudly, we would like to say that we probably opened our new truss manufacturing facility in Wrightstown earlier this year in February. We are reconditioning our Amherst offsite construction facility in Amherst, Wisconsin. And coming new in 2024, the acquisition of McMahon & Company to Drexel Millwork and Doors into Kewaskum, Wisconsin. And the future for Drexel heavily consists in the manufacturing realm. Our team has grown significantly. We've added over 10% new employees, team members this year. And that includes our sales staff. We made a heavy transition in 2023 to a non-commission based sales staff to really focus on our customers. Drexel is putting a extreme amount of emphasis on the satisfaction and the level of service that our clients need and deserve. And that's why we're here today. We consider you part of our team, and we're really looking forward to seeing you at the Expo. So stay tuned and we'll meet the team.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, if you actually just look at the numbers, 123 customer-facing people, between our cabinetry and our flooring and our quarterbacks, which are our outside sales. That's a little over 15% of our whole entire company is customer-facing folks, designed specifically to help them out. To make sure we support that the best way we possibly can, we've actually made some changes to the buy side of the company as well. For folks that have actually participated in the last vendor summit and Expo, we kind of introduced the idea of the upsized merchant team. Since then, we've actually made some, I would say, fairly significant, tweaks or upgrades to the team. Added a little bit more definition. At one point in time, we had merchants that very much were involved in both the tactical purchasing aspect, the inventory management, and doing kind of the upfront, R&D type of merchant work. What we've learned very quickly is that that doesn't allow us to specialize and to really make the most out of it. So what we've actually done, somewhat recently here, and we're still kind of working on figuring out the details, is really separating our buy side group into kind of more defined buckets that actually serve our internal folks better communication with our vendors, better communication with our customers. The merchants in this particular case, I've got everybody's picture up here, and I'll kind of run through the categories real quick. The main focus of these 6 people right here is really focusing on managing our sourcing strategy, our sales strategy, and our pricing strategy for the whole company. So there's a lot of discussion and conversation and work that comes between vendors and Drexel, and then ultimately Drexel to our builders and homeowners. And this is the team right here who is focused on those 3 key areas. Amber Wass, she handles our cabinetry, flooring, and windows. Jasmine, she's kind of got a bit of a unique role in the millwork world, where she's both merchant working with vendors externally, as well as working with our new DMD door and millwork manufacturing company itself. Red Miller, he's the newest guy for our team. He handles EWP, or engineered wood products, hardware, and then building materials. And you've met Adam already. Commodity lumber and sheet goods is the name of the game for him. And Jack Breeze, who handles decking, siding, and roofing. And myself, I handle wrangling these 5, and also working with our professional services, getting all of indirect, all of that kind of stuff handled. So again, sourcing strategy, sales strategy, pricing strategy. Those are the 3 main keys for this particular merchant group here. On the other side of it, we've got the buying and inventory. That's a piece of it that very quickly, once we learned, essentially the scope of what it means to be 6 yards plus 3 manufacturing locations, it became really, really, really apparent that we need to have a team built for inventory management and tactical buying. It's a discipline in and of itself, requires a lot of time and effort, and we've got Tim Peck heading up that group, and he's been doing a phenomenal job working through that. Also, from a stock buying perspective, we've got Paul Rice and Haley Kennedy that manage. It's primarily stock purchasing. There is some other things that come into the mix as well, but they're the 2 that really manage the day-to-day, make sure that we have the products that we need to really satisfy our builders. So that is the team, and that's who we've got going on. I'm going to actually switch gears here real quick. Let's talk a little bit about One Empty Chair, and Red's going to help us out with that. Red, ready to take it away?
I certainly am. All right. Hello, everyone. I am Red, the EWP and hardware building materials merchant here. Started here a few months back with Drexel. Couldn't be happier. Awesome team to work with. Great vision. So just want to start with thanking you guys taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us here today and listen to what we got to share with you. For those of you, I don't know if you want to slide this screen there. There we are. For those of you that are looking at the screen, you're probably wondering what this is and what it means, and I'm going to tell you just that. The One Empty Chair theory, or strategy as we like to call it here at Drexel, is basically based around us supplying happiness to our customers and our builders. We imagine in our meetings, discussions, and decision making, our builders or our homeowners sitting in that chair. So a lot of what we do is based around that and what we can do to better serve our builders and our customers. You're on this call simply because we value that relationship that we have with you, and we look forward to constantly evolving that and making it better for you guys, ourselves, and our builders. And how we do that again is we make all of our decisions based on truly benefiting our builders. We want to focus on a lot of things with you guys as far as product quality, lead times, pricing, and communication. I'd say are our big ones. Amongst ourselves, we're doing a lot of things here that we'll explain later in some of the slides with you guys, but it's better stocking, using distribution, which Tim's going to talk to you guys about, continuing to use our manufacturer facilities to our full potential. And last but not least, provide the most beneficial information to our project managers, also known as our quarterbacks, who are taking the information from what we gather from you guys as our vendors and bringing that to our customers. So working directly with them to provide them with the best information, which, switching gears, Amber is going to talk to you guys a little bit about project management. So.
Thanks, Red. Yeah, and exactly that. We start with the customer and work backwards. So this really sets us apart. Taking and fulfilling orders is really only one piece of the puzzle, which you all know. Successful project management is our main focus when it comes to our builders and our homeowners. And we take a lot of pride in being able to execute this and be organized on our customers' behalf. Communication is one of our core values at Drexel. And as we mentioned previously, well-focused training is important to us. We have over 100 customer-facing team members dedicated to selling your product and managing projects, not just taking orders. What we need from you is really the tools to sell your product. So product knowledge, comparison data to sell against our competitors is very helpful. Relying on you to communicate trends in the market and realistic lead times is also very helpful for successful project management. Proper notice and price increases and decreases so we can manage our customers' budgets and overall project is also important. And organization really goes along with communication as well. So showroom sample management requires immediate action when there's change in availability. It's as simple as we don't want items in our showroom that our customers don't have access to. So always important to notify, discard, replace continued products with urgency. And we found it most efficient to schedule visits to our locations through your category merchant. And problems arise, so solutions are required. We want to control what we can control. We need your help with that as well. When there are issues, we just need help finding solutions. Drexel has a 48-hour resolution promise to our customers. So the more information we have, the better we can communicate, find solutions for our builders and our homeowners. Acknowledgement accuracy and backorder notifications need to be priority. And when it comes to delivery issues, they obviously happen. And again, as you know, these require urgency to overcome to really maintain trust from our builders and homeowners and move these projects to the finish line.
So
All
good.
right, I'm going to jump in here. Hi guys, Jasmine Kabanek. I'm the millwork merchant. I feel like I have the most fun slide here, telling everyone about the new things that we have going on. Just as Amber had mentioned, we want you guys to be more than order takers. Same way that we want that for you. We plan on doing the same thing, and we strive to do the same thing for our builders. We don't want to be just order takers. We really want to do that project management and really control what we can control. And part of that stems from manufacturing. So we took a stance a couple years ago and kind of decided that this is really where we wanted to put a hyper focus, was on our manufacturing. The goal is to come into this not to lower the market. We want to continue with two-step distribution. We're not out here to try and destroy anyone. It's to make the best for us, for the team, for the vendors, make things as easy as possible for what we're doing, which we'll also do with our distribution model, which Tim Peck will talk about. So in our manufacturing world, we have the three areas that Adam Beck had talked about: the Wrightstown Truss Plant, the Amherst offsite facility, and then our newest acquisition, and the one I'm most excited for, is Drexel Millwork and Doors. So one thing I do want to talk about quick, Drexel Systems, you guys might hear that when we're talking about things in meetings. Drexel Systems is a different entity, but the same entity as Drexel Supply. So Drexel Supply is going to be talking about our 6 centers. Drexel Systems is going to be talking about our manufacturing side. So if you ever hear Drexel Systems, that's what we're referring to. Like I said, we try to keep this a two-step distribution model for that. We do keep them separate, but we are all under one umbrella. So just want to point out a couple of facts of what we kind of have going on with our Drexel truss systems in Wrightstown. So it is 120,000 square feet on over 20 acres and has 24,000 square feet of indoor storage. So we're really using our space wisely. I mean, we're filling this stuff up pretty quick. We're running at an awesome capacity at this point. We have about 100 teammates fulfilling 3 shifts and working 24 hours a day for 5 days a week. So we're really cranking stuff out of that Wrightstown facility, which is awesome. We've invested over $30 million on this plant. We love robots. We have lots of robots. We love to talk about robots. If anyone ever wants to talk about robots, we got the people here for it. We have done over 1 million board feet per month, which if you are figuring an average square foot home of 2,000 square feet has roughly 8,000 board feet per home, which amounts to 125 houses a month or 32 houses in a week. So we're really cranking stuff out of that facility. Going to keep moving forward with that. Onto our offsite Amherst location. The team consists of roughly 130 people and runs 3 full shifts. Currently manufacturing roughly 24,000 board feet per day. Again, we love robots. We have all new robotic framing and sheathing line coming in late 2023. That is going to triple our production. And we're seeking $4 million in gross sales per month there. So again, really cranking things out there, really smooth in those. Those have been up and running for a couple years now. And we're really, really doing well with that and continue to see growth as we're going. The newest one, and the one, again, I am most excited about, Drexel Millwork and Doors. We had talked last year, and I remember sitting outside of one of the meeting rooms and them coming out and saying that we bought a door and millwork company. And I don't think I was happier. I ran around saying that I was going to be there someday, and here I am. So in November of 2023, we announced the acquisition of McMahon and Company. And in January of 2023, we actually made that merge happen. As of January 2023, we are fully integrated and a part of Drexel Systems, and we have been profitable ever since. That first month was profitable for us, and it continues to be moving forward. So really put ourselves in a place to succeed there. We are currently housed in Jackson, where McMahon and Company originated, but we do have plans for the future here. So we like to be bigger and better, always improving 1%. Again, we love our robots. We're going to start getting some of those things brought into our new facility, which is going to be housed in Kewaskum. That is going to be almost 6 football fields wide, long, and it's going to be 300,000 square feet. So between offices, storage, manufacturing, 300,000 square feet, possibly more. We've changed that 3 or 4 times now and have increased every single time when we see the need arise. So really exciting stuff right now. And right now we're running only first shift. Still have capacity for more. Unfortunately, not enough storage capacity, but capacity to do more. And we plan on making second and third shift a thing, just like the other manufacturing facilities, once we have that facility up and running in summer of 2025. That is what I got. I want to, again, make sure that we're controlling what we can control. And that's going to be a big part of that is the distribution model. Tim Peck.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim Peck. I work on the distribution and inventory team. So a couple things that makes Drexel different. As Adam talked about the growth of the company, we realized that we had this a need to sort of internalize a lot of our logistics. So a lot of that is fueled by the fact that we purchase off the rail and then we move that material into our yards on our own trucks. So we realized pretty quickly that with those fixed miles on the road, we now have the ability to have our yards connected and look for opportunities to maximize what we're doing, right? So that might mean buying truckloads in places where we might have been buying into yards. Now we buy into a central location and can get to our yards that way. So what that's led to is now we're looking, as we've grown over the years, Drexel started in Campbell Sport, added other lumber yards throughout the state. And the way that we did business and the inventory kind of reflected that. So it's very disjointed at times, not really a global inventory. You would say it's very yard specific. So we're working to make that better for our builders. With the merchant team behind it, they're able to put in the time and the research to find out which products are really the best ones, and which ones we should recommend. What is a trusted Drexel product for our builders, and really get that consistency. So no matter where you are in the state, you know that you've got the best product. So that's where, working with you guys as vendors, show us what you got, right? So help us make those decisions and help us be better for our builders. The other piece of that, from a vendor standpoint, obviously, as we've internalized some of these costs with distribution and taking on some of that work, that might change the way that we do business with you, but it, maybe for the better, right? It might be fewer transactions. We might be doing some of the job lighting ourselves now, but so I guess we're looking for vendors that are willing to kind of think outside the box and figure out what the best relationship would be with Drexel going forward with all that stuff in mind.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Yeah, I get to kind of circle back around all of these kind of things that, from a project management, manufacturing, and distribution standpoint, it really centers around how do we make the experience to the builder better. I think we'll switch gears here a little bit real quick and have Jack kind of give us the keys to success, as a vendor for Drexel and ultimately us as a vendor to our builders. What are the keys to success to actually make that happen, make that experience what we want it to be?
Right. And we're kind of wrapping this whole thing up here, and it's pretty easy. Let's not overcomplicate this entire all call here. There's really 4 things to really be successful, to work with us and to work with you, and that's cost, quality, delivery, and communication. Obviously, from a cost standpoint, we want to be competitive in the market. From a quality standpoint, we want to make sure that we have dependable products from you that we can deliver to our builders. That's huge for us. Eliminates returns, eliminates issues, warranties, claims. So that's big. From a delivery standpoint, we always say OTIF here at Drexel, on time and in full. Make sure that we can believe in you. You guys can deliver on your promises. And then from a communication standpoint, that's why we put that right in the middle between all of those. That's huge for us. Don't take this the wrong way. We want you to be precise. We don't want you to be annoying. Okay, be precise with how you communicate to us. Whether that's price notifications, whether that's product notifications, that could be ads or drops within your product lines, or big changes that happen within your company as well too. But again, when we take a look at everything that we've presented to you guys for Drexel and for our vendors to be successful, we feel that, and we're going to flourish for years to come.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate it. So I think, the probably the one question is why the all call and why today? To be honest with you, it's really a matter of getting in front of everybody and talking about the stuff that we've got going on, but it's in prep for our vendor summit and our Grand Expo. We're about 8 months out from it right now. We're doing things a little bit differently than what we have in the past. In the past, we kind of ran a little bit tighter on time, and it was a little less organized. We had our marketing person, Megan Gassner. I really appreciate the hard work that she did. We've actually utilized our merchant team to help her out a lot more. So we're getting in front of things. We're having conversations sooner. Anybody who's on this, any vendor who is on this invite here today has received an email from Megan, essentially kind of, showing the expo and the things and the timing and the things that we've got going on. We actually just would like to get in front of you guys and have a little conversation about, how do we make that the best experience possible? It's been an incredible experience over the last however many years, and it's grown and grown and grown and grown. But we want to make the best out of it, and us as a merchant team really want to emphasize this coming expo to really utilize you guys the best way possible. Make sure that we're putting you guys in the light that we need to, make sure that our builders and our team members understand what you do and the value that you provide. The first step in doing that is the Thursday, March 7th, which is our vendor summit. You know, last time around, we were right on the front end of talking about, hey, we're taking our merchant team and we're blowing it up. And there was a lot of, you know, very kind of generic conversation. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're actually talking about today is fairly generic conversation. What I don't want to do is I don't want to wait until the summit comes around on Thursday for us to talk about all this stuff. I want to tell you guys today so that we can start working on things today, so that we can be ready to really take it to another level by the time we get to the vendor summit and by the time we get to the Grand Expo. So that's kind of what brings us together today to talk about it. One thing that we always have done for our summits is actually put together a scorecard for our vendors. It's an internal thing that we do. We ask questions of our team on how our vendors perform. We're doing that again this year, and we're actually working with our team to, you know, tailor those questions and really make them as impactful as possible. When the vendor summit comes on Thursday, March 7th, we'll have the results of those scorecards. We as a merchant team would love to have a conversation with you guys about how do we take the strong points and make them stronger? How do we take the opportunities for improvement and improve them? So that's something that, you know, is very much a big push on our side. It's performance. What's our vendors' performance? What is our performance to our vendors? You know, how are we communicating with you? How are you communicating with us? Our performance to our builders performance with us. What are all of those things that Jack talked about in the keys to success? It's not just vendor to us, it's at all levels. Cost, quality, delivery, and communication are universal. We want to work with you guys to make them the very best possible. That's the kind of things that we want to talk about once we get to the vendor summit. Today, we're going to talk about the generics. In 8 months from now, when we sit down with you guys, we want to talk about the results and really drive our performance forward. And the most fun part is Friday, March 8th, is the Grand Expo. Just want to, again, give you a couple of details on what we are looking for from you guys. Megan actually sent out an email saying, hey, if you want to participate in our contractor show and appreciation night, we would love to have you do that. I believe it is the end of August is the date that we want to try to have everything figured out. So I guess my kind of general appeal to you guys is get together with your merchants, figure out what makes sense. This year we're actually, you know, instead of building an offsite building outside of Lambeau, we're actually going to be utilizing the Resch Center and essentially building a house inside of the Resch Center, right smack dab in the center of all the booths, and right smack dab in the center of all of the fun and excitement that's going on at the contractor show. So we want to talk to you guys about what kind of presence do you have, where do you locate yourself, how we're going to be displaying and demonstrating products that we buy that we would like to use in that building itself. So that's kind of my general appeal is get together with these merchants and let's figure out how we really get the most bang for the buck. You know, there's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1,800 people altogether in this whole entire vendor summit and Grand Expo. We want to make sure that everybody walks away, one, with a good experience, and two, really understands what our vendors have to offer to our builders, what we have to offer to our builders. It's now the time to showcase what we have and really make the most of it. So the time is right now. Let's have those conversations. Let's get together. Let's really make sure that we drive that forward and you guys get the best bang for your buck. We get the best bang for our buck. To try to figure out, we do have a block of rooms set up at Lodge Kohler. Essentially, the block of rooms is the whole entire Lodge Kohler. So if you are interested in staying Thursday night or Friday night or additional nights, I think that it's probably worth having a call. Some of the what's actually filling up very quickly, and we're already 8 months away. So I would highly encourage anybody who plans on staying. There is a discounted rate that we currently have with Lodge Kohler. The code is Drexel, so utilize that. I would really love to have you guys participate in it. Yeah, I think at this point that's pretty much it. You know, again, there's a lot of I'll call it somewhat generic information, but it's really meant to kind of get you guys excited, get you rocking and rolling. You know, at this point, instead of doing, you know, questions, what I'd highly encourage you to do is, you know, we've recorded the presentation here. I'll send it out to anybody who is on the invite list. Along with that, we'll have contact information for every single one of our merchants. Have a conversation with your merchant. If you have a good relationship and you have working together, it's perfect. That's exactly what we want. We want a good working relationship between merchants and our vendors. If you don't, now is a perfect opportunity to get a hold of one of our merchants and have a conversation. So let's head back to the future.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.